Today is 8/20/2016. And yes, indeed, the clock is ticking. We are running out of 2016. We're looking at very much looking at 2017. And we still got some old matters to deal with. Who taught you about your hair? Who taught you how to make up? Who taught you how to fake up? Who taught you about heels? Who taught you to extend your hair? Who told you to weave your hair? Who taught you that? It's not in the Bible. Yeah, well, it is in the Bible, Lost Women of Zion.
The notion that the ghetto black was the authentic black not only spread among both white and black intellectuals, it had social repercussions far beyond the intellectual community. Rooting black identity in a counterproductive culture not only reduced incentives to move beyond that culture, it cut off those within that culture from other blacks who had advanced beyond it, who might otherwise have been sources of examples, knowledge, and experience that could have been useful to those less fortunate. But more successful blacks were increasingly depicted as either irrelevant non-members of the black community or even as traitors to it. In turn, this meant that many blacks who had a wider cultural exposure and greater socioeconomic success felt.
Take the meat, leave the bones, all right? Black is not a culture. Black is a color. Hues, tones, pigments, shades.
Need to conform, to some degree or another, to a more narrow ghetto view of the world, perhaps using ghetto language in order to prove their identity with their own race. Such social pressures become especially acute for young blacks in the schools and colleges. One consequence of this has been that counterproductive attitudes toward education have filtered upward into black middle-class young people raised in racially integrated middle-class communities such as Shaker Heights, who spend less time on their studies than their white or Asian American classmates, under the overhanging threat of being accused of acting white if they devote themselves to their studies, instead of to various social activities in which other black students indulge. The painful irony is that those who make this accusation are themselves acting white when they perpetuate a redneck culture from a bygone era. Even such a modern ghetto creation as gangster rap echoes the violence, arrogance, loose sexuality, and self-dramatization common for centuries in white redneck culture, and speaks in exaggerated cadences common in the oratory of rednecks in both the antebellum South and those parts of Britain from which their ancestors came. It is not only the cultural peculiarities of the black ghetto culture which has been perpetuated by the identity fetish developed in the post-1960s era. What has also been promoted has been a conformity.
Thank you, Dr. Soul. You know, did you hear what he said? He said the black counterculture is more indicative of the redneck culture, which derived from England with the Cockney accents, the Dodgers. God, I can't think of this boy's name. May I have some more, sir? There's a really well known story. I'll weave it into another one because I don't have the video that I'm looking for. Thank you, Black Patriarch. Thank you. Nobody goes to the movies. Nobody wants to be in the movies. No one takes their children to the movies. No one celebrates all these stupid ass holidays of the beast more than the black woman. Thanksgiving dinners, starve their kids all freaking year so they can have two big ass meals, a Christmas, Thanksgiving, and a Easter dinner. It'd be better to have the day after Thanksgiving dinner when everything is on sale if your ass is economically inclined. Lena Horne.
We sell it back to Queen Bess. It's a national Belgravian treasure. She's due to arrive here today for a series of private audiences in Gotham City. If she returns to Belgravia without it...
Still, the bottom line is, this is me with my dark skin, bald head, bearded face, me. I was teased relentlessly when I lived in Washington, D.C. by the elite. Because everybody that was in D.C. at that time were the elite of whatever was ever, especially in the military, but in other areas too, in government. My friend's father worked for Health, Education, and Welfare. They were way richer than us. And they were more educated than us, and they showed us. But they were the so-called African American, but we weren't the same as far as genealogy. We're all the same as far as genealogy is concerned. But I just put this picture of myself up to let you know I don't have any constrictions or misgivings about where my place is in the world, or I'm an artist. I'm not gonna make this a long video. This is another video right here. The long story short is the black women are the ones that perpetuate all of these feelings on everybody. I told when a black person thinks something, that makes it reality to them. They don't think and research, they think and implement.
I'm wearing red lipstick on dark skin. And for any of you motherfuckers that watch this video and you got something to say about it, I ain't talking to my fans and supporters. Y'all know I ain't talking to y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. But it's a lot of people that talk shit. I done heard people talk shit before. Oh, dark-skinned women can't wear what this color lipstick. You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck I can wear and what, they even go as so far as to try to dictate to you what colors you should be wearing. Who the fuck are you to tell me what colors I should be wearing as a dark-skinned woman? I don't think so. Let me get to the point of why I'm making this video. I had to just get that off my chest. This dude, Kyrie Irving, that's his name, of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, I'm gonna make a disclaimer. If you did not do this, Kyrie, what you need to do, you need to come out to the public and you need to make a statement and say, you know what? This did not happen. These statements are not true. If you did do it, use a self-hating ass motherfucking coon ass motherfucking nigga. That's what the fuck you is. That's what the fuck you is. You ain't no good. You come.
I really, in my heart of hearts, believe in Tommy Sotomayor, Brian Solange, JD, so many brothers, Black Patriarch, Black Child Productions. This is the way I see them in so many different ways, but they are the ones that are destroying the black man. And as you heard her say, let me just go ahead and run this.
Beastie's back. Beastie's back. You see, my talent was just the beginning. Yeah, these beasties back. All lies on us, cause we destined for riches. We ain't stunting you niggas, and we don't fuck with you bitches. Nah. Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Tommy Sotomayor. I want to talk to you a little bit about a story that I saw on Facebook. This story right here, or it's not a story, it's just a video. It's a video that a black woman put on Facebook because she thought it would be funny. The story is of a little boy who's cursing non-stop. And in the process of cursing non-stop, he's being encouraged by the women. Take a look.
All y'all! Fuck all y'all! Fuck all y'all! That how you do? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up, bitches!
What do you think these homo thugs, the emotional, low intellectual, Nike loving, shoe loving, soul slayed black man comes from? Where do you think they come from? The sagging pants, the thug look, where does it come from? It's the mother. It's these black ass mothers who no one will believe. I don't care. I'm not trying to convince you mugs. But you see the video that they put up. Nobody else was there but them. I got videos of mothers, these mugs, these beasties, smoking weed in front of their infant babies, blunts. But the white media will always uplift them.
Oh, you don't know how to curse, and now you want to curse.
Fuck your ass! Fuck both of your ass!
No, we get your ass whooped. Don't say that.
Oh, shut
And I know this shit gonna bounce.
Shut up the hell up!
You don't even know how to curse.
Yes, I do. Fuck you, hoe! You're another citizen!
What? You don't even know how to spell it. You want to come.
Bitch!
Now spell it.
B-Y-G.
I'm looking for a particular video. It's okay. It's an older version of this mug cussing a lady out in Kentucky Fried Chicken, but
Shut up! Silly. Ooh, doodle head. Both y'all doodle head.
I ain't never seen it like
You doodle head. Stop recording me, bitch. I'll slap you and middle of your head.
Don't put
Fuck you! Fuck all y'all. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy.
Fuck your daddy.
Fuck your...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is literally why I say the things that I say about black women. 2 women in this vehicle have what seemed to be maybe somewhere between a 4 and 6-year-old child cursing up a storm that probably can't spell his name, which is Lunquavius or some crap like that. He can't spell his name. He barely can speak, but he knows how to curse. I told you guys, when I grew up, all the cursing you hear me do, I didn't have a man teach me how to call a woman a bitch. I didn't have a man teach me how to call a woman a hoe. I didn't have a man teach me how to say motherfucker and any other cuss words. I heard each and every one of these words from the house full of women. Black women are irresponsible, they're disrespectful, and they are the main reason why there are so many thugs and savages in the streets. If you look and you pay attention, these killers that you see out in the street, robbing people, raping people, they come from single black mothers, period. Take a look at how this woman, supposedly a woman, with all this fake ass weave in her hair, but y'all claim weave ain't a problem, with this dumb ass sewed in, whatever the crap she got, sticking her tongue out, spitting like a grown ass man, which I don't even like to see any individual do that. It's a sick and nasty habit to sit around in public just. But these black women have lost their femininity chip. They really ain't shit. Like, the more I think about it, the more I just look at this group of people as a badass group. As a group, they got together, turned on a phone, and let a child curse till it couldn't curse no more. And the little stupid motherfucker is gonna grow up to rob your store, to rape your daughter, to kill your son. That's who this little motherfucker gonna grow up to be. And then as soon as he do it, they're gonna riot and burn the city down because they're gonna believe he didn't do nothing. I don't care what any of y'all say. Black women are the worst stewards of children on planet Earth. There's no excuse for a child to be cursing like this. There's no excuse for a child to be acting like this. And then you want to claim that y'all are queens. Yet, the child referred to women as bitches and hoes over and over again. And the 2 women in the car found no problem with this. But I'm going to keep harkening back on it. But y'all had a problem with what I said at the car accident scene.
this is why I say when you see one cross the street, this is why I don't drive anymore. This is one reason why I'm not in the restaurant industry anymore. Because I don't want to deal with them. I don't hate black women. I just don't fuck with them. Look at this. Listen. We're gonna end this video. It's gonna be a short video, but on average.
A long line of self-hating ass, coon ass niggas that continuously throw black women under the bus. Let me tell y'all what the allegations are. What a lot of these websites are reporting, that to celebrate the win, his first win, I guess, in the NBA and whatnot, he threw a yacht party, and supposedly no black women were to be allowed, because he supposedly does not like black women. And I did go and Google him, because I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I didn't see him with no type of black woman. If y'all got some pictures of him with a black woman, hey, you know what to do. Email it to me. Let alone a dark-skinned black woman. And you can Google him, and you can see what I'm saying. I ain't see him with no dark-skinned woman. That is the honest truth. If you got some pictures of it, I want to see it. So I saw the video. Somebody posted the video. It was on Media Takeout. I saw the video.
This one, dude, these are the ones that are over at Trident Tech College and over at College of Charleston. These are the ones who surround themselves with other people of other ethnicities, but none of these people are them. They try to be all the other people. They want to be Italian and they want to be Brazilian and they want to be anything but their family or anything but these are the ones that the prissies, the mammies. I hate the prissies the most. This is prissy.
The movie Straight Outta Compton comes out. I'm so excited. I'm from LA, so this movie is particularly close to my heart. I saw it in theaters 3 times. So as I'm perusing the internet, devouring everything I can about this movie, I come across the casting call. Now, this movie has already come out, and I'm no actress, so I wouldn't actually audition. But I just wondered, hypothetically, if I did, what role would I get? So I look at the casting call, and I'm going down the categories, and I start at the top, the A girls. The casting call reads, "These are the hottest of the hottest. Models. Must have real hair, no extensions." Well, since I have 20 inches of Brazilian hair extensions on my head, does
Okay, let's understand something. This chick thinks like this.
Why you got me looking like this? Honey, I feel like Michelle Obama, girl. I feel presidential, girl. I feel democratic. Girl, I love this, Dee Dee. Hey, girl. Girl. Why, Dee Dee? Now there you go. Get up. Let me say you, Dee Dee. Okay. Girl, I love this.
I don't take them seriously. I don't take them seriously. And TEDx, I don't take you seriously either.
apply to me. But that's fine. I go to the next category, the B girls. The casting call reads, "These are fine girls. Long natural hair, must have light skin." Beyonce's the prototype here. Light skin, also not me. And might I add, not even Beyonce made the cut to be an A girl. But that's fine. I go to the next category, the C girls. The casting call reads, "These are African American girls, can't have extensions, must be medium to light skin toned." Now, maybe back when I lived in Boston in the middle of the winter, could I get away with being medium skin toned? But since I've come back to sunny California, where I spend all my free time baking in the sun, not so much. So I scroll all the way down to the last category, the D girls. The casting call reads, "These are African American girls, poor, not in good shape, must have a darker skin tone." A darker skin tone. Well, I guess that's me, a D girl. When I first read this, I felt betrayed. Any given year, there are just a handful of movies starring black actors and actresses. Just a handful of opportunities when people can see actresses that look like me on the big screen and see that we're fierce and beautiful and desirable. So I felt betrayed when even in these small circles where I'm allowed to feel beautiful, I'm so shoved aside for those with more.
This is one of the things about these dumb ass motherfucking in the age of 1980, baby. In the age of the new millennium, baby, you can make your own videos. You can create your own big screens. That is my music. That is my photography. That is my motion graphics. That is my big screen. And you see people making their own content, not going around with Brazilian hair weaves and the feeling of victimization. They have affirmative action, they have earned income credit, they have child support, they have horse scholarships for single mothers, they have everything. There are two tragedies in this world. One is not getting what you want, the other one is getting what you want. You mugs have got what you wanted with your Brazilian hair.
Favorable features: light skin, light eyes, long, soft, real hair. But the more I thought about it, the more the feeling of betrayal slipped away to a more familiar feeling of, that's just the way it is. Because in my world, this phenomenon is all too familiar. Something just as sinister and subtle as racism. Colorism, the discrimination of those with a darker skin tone, typically amongst individuals within the same racial or ethnic group. The story of colorism in the US begins with slavery. The mass rape of African slave females by white male slave masters gave birth to a cohort of mixed-race slave children. These mixed-race slaves were related to the slave masters and had more Anglo features, and were given preferential treatment and allowed to work inside the house, doing less strenuous work, as opposed to the darker-skinned slaves got to work out in the fields, doing more laborious work. Even after slavery was abolished, whites still gave more preferential treatment to black that had more Anglo-type features, giving them better access to jobs, housing, and education. The thing is, though, even within the black community, black people use skin tone and facial features to discriminate against each other. that you would only allow entrance into sororities, fraternities, or elite social clubs to blacks that were able to display Anglo-type features. They would go through a series of tests to see if you fit the bill. One well-known test was the brown paper bag test, where if you were lighter than a brown paper bag, you're in. But if you were darker than brown paper bag, you're out. Another well-known test was the pencil test, where they would take a pencil and run it through your hair to make sure that it's straight enough that the pencil wouldn't get stuck. The last test was called the shadow test, where they would take a flashlight and shine it against your profile and look at the shadow that your profile made against the wall. And if it matched that of a typical white person's profile, you were fine. But if it didn't, you're out. Now, though these practices are no longer in effect today, the effects of them are still very much so present. I remember a common compliment I would often get in middle school and high school, often told me by other black males. It went to the effect of, "Oh, you're so pretty," for a dark-skinned girl. And it doesn't help that the media continues to place a premium on lighter skin by retouching and photoshopping the skin of actresses of color before putting them on the cover of magazines, as can be seen here, 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 and even here. Now, colorism is not just isolated to the US. Its effects are global, as best illustrated by the skin lightening and skin bleaching cream all over the world. In India and Asia alone, skin lightening and skin bleaching is a multi-billion-dollar business. Despite the harmful toxins that are present in these products, people are still willing to take the risk and use them in order to achieve what they are led to believe is beautiful. And beauty products have flocked on this insight. Well-known brand Vaseline even partnered with Facebook to come up with an app that would lighten the skin of your profile picture in order to promote their skin lightening cream. And you can't travel throughout Asia without being inundated by advertising and commercials that promise happiness and success if you could just be a little bit lighter. Studies have shown that these messages that we see at a young age have a profound effect on us. In 2010, CNN did a study where they interviewed young children, just 5, 6, and 7 years old, and asked them to place values and attributes to people based on their skin tone. Here's a clip from that study.
The smart child. And why is she the smart child?
Because she is white.
Okay. Show me the dumb child. And why is she the dumb child?
Because she plays.
Well, show me the ugly child. And why is she the ugly child?
Because she plays.
Show me the good-looking child. And why is she the good-looking child?
Because she likes skating.
These messages that we see at such a young age and these messages that we internalize, they stay with us. They stayed with me.
No culpability. No mea culpa. Missing. I like the way that she conveniently ignores the fact that that little black girl learned that from you. They learned it from you. They learned it from you. Where did you learn that you were bad? Your mother. Where did you learn what was good? Your mother. Dr. Ben Carson is a doctor. He's a neurosurgeon. And he's dark skinned. Obama was a community organizer in Chicago, which is burning to the ground. And he's everything that you want to be. And he's everything that you are sorry that you are not. Love your enemies. And I love her because she's the enemy.
Although I deny it and I block it out, and I say I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm accomplished, I'm beautiful, I'm here at Stanford, and I'm not a D girl. This stuff, these messages, they stayed with me. And they manifest in this voice that makes me question, makes me doubt, and makes me think, but wait, am I a D girl? It stays with me. And so now, whenever someone gives me a compliment or says, oh, you look nice, you look pretty, the voice fills in the rest of the sentence with, for a dark-skinned girl. It stays with me. And it makes me question my intentions. Because even though I say that I have these extensions just for fun and that I like them, that voice says, no, you got them because you're trying to reach a beauty standard that you can actually never attain. It stays with me. Even as I go to send a simple text message, that voice in my head tells me that I should be embarrassed or ashamed when I scroll all the way to the end, to the last darkest emoji. It stays with me. But I don't want it to stay with me. And the good thing is, it doesn't have to. Because these beauty preferences that we have, they're not something we're born with. They're learned. And if they're learned, they can be unlearned. Among us are CEOs and co-founders, directors of marketing. You all are the arbiters of what society considers beautiful by deciding who you choose to put in your advertising or who you choose to be the face of your brand. So when you have the opportunity to make that choice, make the unconventional choice. And those of us that consume these messages, we play a role too. Because the first step to change is awareness. And now everyone in this room is a little more aware and will see the world just a little bit differently. And we don't have to passively accept what society tells us to think is beautiful. We can question it. We could challenge the status quo. Because when we do, we get one step closer to broadening the standard of beauty and creating a society where the world can see that D girls are beautiful too. Thank you.
I'm going to go throw up now.
White women shaking their asses off of rap music. And I find it so ironic and so paradoxical that these motherfuckers, you know, they love to have one foot in the black community and one foot out. They got the rap music going. You want to be on the black side.
Do not believe me. Do not believe her. Do not believe. The last young lady quoted CNN. Nobody looks at CNN. Nobody looks at MSNBC. Nobody looks at that crap anymore. 33,000 views. 33,000. Collectively, I have 33,000 views and many minutes of people looking at my content. When there's one, there's no fun. When there's two, you better run. And when there's three, I will not be. Make your own videos. Do your own research. Good night. Part 1.